here I'm going to take the pathway from the Nethermead, and there's a pathway here that goes, it connects to going towards Prospect Park West, going towards the baseball fields. So here it's saying, please leash your pet. It says preserve Brooklyn's only forest by keeping to the pathway. So they're calling this Brooklyn's only forest. So what do we call the area that has just been encroached upon and converted into the multiple concession stands that I just left? What is that if not Brooklyn's only forest as part of this property? So here in this area, it's still fenced in. However, when the events take place in the Nethermead down there, right there where they're walking, then instead of hearing the normal natural sounds of birds and the rustling through the leaves of the little dormice and squirrels and even raccoons, instead of hearing the beautiful sounds of nature, what you hear is pounding music that goes all through this quote-unquote restoration forest area without any inhibition, no apparent regulation of the volume. It just blares right through this area. So as we walk, I want you to hear the sound of the wind through the trees, sounds that you couldn't hear. So here I'm going up the hill, and it's about 6 o'clock at night on July 3rd, and you can see it's very beautiful. It's almost coming back to an original state. You hear the birds. But you can also hear there's some blasting music in the distance. I don't know, that's usually from the Nethermead. People bring their own boom boxes, and they're not curtailed, they're not regulated, there's no park enforcement police to tell them what decibel is acceptable. So I can still hear a booming boom box. Yeah, I can hear it, but you probably can't. So going further up this path, you know, this is where the geese used to nest. This is where, for decades, even for possibly a century, the resident Canada geese used to have their home here, and they would nest here in this area. But since the Prospect Park Alliance and the New York City Parks allowed the USDA's Subdivision Wildlife Services to come through Prospect Park and to annihilate, to massacre over 2,000 geese back in 2008. Since then, this park has been almost literally devoid of even one pair of geese. I mean, a couple of migratory geese come through here and very quickly they leave. There's no doubt that it has been made hostile. I was told by one of the park workers that he still has instructions, if he finds any geese eggs, that he has to addle them. Addling them means cover them with oil, which makes them infertile. So that's the policy here. Even though there's all of this gorgeous habitat that we could share with the domestic geese, and which had been shared happily, this community had a very close relationship to the flocks of geese that lived here year-round, until they were turned into some sort of demons. They were demonized as being horribly wrong to be here. And here's where they used to be.